Hooray for Hollywood. After all, tomorrow is another day. Oh, hello there. I am Stan the Movie Man, and this is my review of Insidious, The Last Key. It stars Lynn Shay, Angus Sampson, Lee Winnell, Josh Stewart, Caitlin Gerard, Kirk Acevedo, Bruce Davison, and more. It is the return of Elise Rayner, played by Lynn Shay, to her childhood home, a place with very, very unhappy memories. It was where she first started seeing ghosts. And her father, who is a prison guard, doesn't either he doesn't believe her, or he's so afraid of her abilities that he beats her regularly if she ever says anything about ghosts, even locking her in the basement. And it is when she is locked in the basement that she sees a doorway that she unlocks with a key. And her mom comes downstairs to check on her and is strangled by an electrical cord that just has a mind of its own. We jump forward in time to 2010 when Elise is contacted by Ted Garza, played by Kirk Acevedo, who has purchased a house and wants to have Lynn and her crew come out because there's some weird stuff going on, and he feels like there's an evil entity in the house. And when he gives her the address, she discovers it's her old house that she hasn't been to since she left when she was 16 years old. And at first reluctant, Lynn and her team, Tucker, played by Angus Sampson, and Specs, played by Lee Winnell, who also wrote the script, go out to Five Keys, the little town where the home is, and begin confronting the demons, literal and figurative, of Lynn's or Elisa's past. This is the fourth film in the Insidious series, and this takes the timeline back to just before the events of the original Insidious. So naturally, because you know those things haven't happened yet, you know that whatever occurs in this movie, that Elise is going to survive and wind up dealing with the things that occur in the first film. So from that point of view, there's not a lot of dramatic tension because you know whatever she faces, she's going to survive. That doesn't necessarily hold true for her nieces, two young ladies she meets in town, who are the children of her brother Christian, who's played by Bruce Davison as an adult. So you have that, but considering how all of these movies go, there's usually a fairly happy ending to them all. Now, the question is this film a worthy successor and new chapter in the series? And it is, for the most part, pretty good. There's some effective jump scares. The main monster in this one, called Keyface, is not seen much in the movie until near the end, and then we get quite a few good shots of him. He is a he is a kind of a scary, creaky thing with skeleton keys for fingers. But the problem with this, and with any series of movies along the same line, we've seen all this stuff before. We go into the further. Elise faces ghosts and demons, and she has to defeat them in order to escape and help others escape. And it's kind of, we've seen it before. I would like to have seen the movie take a slightly different direction, and it kind of does, in that there are secrets in the house that have nothing to do with demons and ghosts, and secrets that have gone on for decades. So that was kind of refreshing to see, but overall, we have seen this movie 4 times now, and maybe it's time for Insidious to perhaps go into the further and just kind of stay there, maybe. Maybe that would be a good idea. Unless you completely revamp it with a whole new cast and a whole new reason to go to the further. I don't see a need really to make a 5th Insidious. This one will probably make a fair chunk of change because these movies are made rather inexpensively, so they don't have to do $200 million to turn a profit. They could turn a profit at $25 or $30 million. So I think we've seen the further enough. We've gone as far as we can go in the further, but it's not the best of the Insidious series, which I think myself is the very first one, but it's not that bad. I'm giving Insidious: The Last Key 3 stars. It does have some good jump scares in it, but we've seen it all before. Go to stanthemovieman.com to read my complete review. You can check out our opinions on various types of film, television, streaming on The Fractured Frame. It is a podcast that you can get wherever you get your podcasts. You can follow me on Twitter at MovieManStan, and you can send your emails to me, stanthemovieman123@gmail.com. Till next time, later.